echoes mine. The biggest issue I had with The Last Jedi, I could hear too less about the Jar Jar Binks of the sequel trilogy, Rose Tamiko, or whatever the hell her name is. I can care too less about Lightspeed being used as a weapon. There's a lot of things I can care. Snoke, even Snoke dying, yeah, it was kind of disappointing. But my biggest issue was Luke Skywalker. That was my biggest issue. And the way Sam put it was, at the end of Return of the Jedi, towards the end, he's tempted by the Emperor to join the dark side. And he tells him, hey, just take your weapon and strike me down. And Luke thinks about it. But by this point, again, the name of the movie is called Return of the Jedi. He realizes that he's a Jedi now. And he tosses his weapon. Because that's what Jedi do. They're peacekeepers. They're not warriors. That's kind of where they lost their way in the Clone Wars. They became generals. They became warriors. So he tosses his weapon. And he says, no, I am a Jedi, like my father before me. And he refuses to fight. Well, at this point, Palpatine, Darth Sidious, realizes there's no turning this kid. And he goes on to try and kill him at that point with lightning. Well, anyway, my whole thing is that this is a guy that was so strong and so pure as a Jedi, Luke Skywalker, that he refused to even be tempted by striking down the Emperor or to kill his father. He refused to do so. And you're telling me that, when he's older, wiser, more in line with the Force, that he's gonna try and kill his best friend and his nephew? Dude, Rian Johnson just didn't understand the character, and it echoes what Mark Hamill said. He said it in multiple interviews, and then Disney they eventually asked him to stop. He just doesn't understand Luke Skywalker. So that's the reason why I haven't watched it, man. That like I said, I had trouble finishing it at the movie theater. I tried watching it again for Rise of Skywalker, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. There's that's why I think that Rise of Skywalker was a way to apologize to fans for the missteps with The Last Jedi. I mean, you can technically you can watch the sequel trilogy and skip The Last Jedi. You won't, you'll wonder why Luke Skywalker's all of a sudden a ghost, which I think they should have retconned that. But for the most part, you don't have in Snoke. You'll wonder what the hell happened to Snoke. It's just, I don't understand. I don't understand why they did that. It's a director and writer trying to be artistic with a franchise that is beloved by fans, and it's not, it's not like you're making a new adaptation of certain characters. Those characters are already there. Those characters have already been, for the most part, developed. Luke Skywalker has been developed for over 30 years? So to all of a sudden go back and it's not like they, I don't know. It's not like it's not like something superficial, like maybe he lost another arm or this is the core of Luke Skywalker that they changed. The core. Tempted to kill his nephew? When he, and this is his nephew who he for the most part raised, he was tempted to kill him. Yet his father, who he's only known for what, a few years, he refused to kill him. And his father's already evil. His father is already, but he believes that his father can be redeemed. He can be turned. He says it. But his nephew, who he just, I saw something in him like his father. First of all, if you saw Vader and Ben, then you also saw the fact that Vader was redeemed, and then that's possible. So why would you not think that? And I've heard the arguments that like, oh well, he did. That's why he stopped himself. Why would he even walk in that room? Light up his lightsaber. Why would he do that? And I know it's been what, 5 years? But it's just something that really irks me, because I love this franchise. I mean, at the end of The Force Awakens, when Rey hands Luke the lightsaber, I mean, I got emotional, man. I got emotional. It was a beautiful moment. This is the only other time that I got emotional with Star Wars was at the end of Revenge of the Sith. That was the only other time. With the final scene between Obi-Wan and Anakin, because I felt the pain, I felt the turmoil, And I know fans at first were bashing on that movie, but now it's my favorite Star Wars movie. Revenge of the Sith is my favorite Star Wars movie. It is. Because as a whole, especially now that you watch the end of Clone Wars, it makes Clone Wars made that movie so much better. Clone Wars. The end of Clone Wars made that movie so much better. That final scene, man. That final scene with Vader picking up Ahsoka's lightsaber. That final scene just made Revenge of the Sith 20 times better. And I get it. The original Star Wars movies are pieces of art. But the movies, the universe evolved into something that I don't think George Lucas really understood when he was making Star Wars. I mean, if you read or look into some of the notes, if you read and you look at some of the notes, some of the ideas he had for Star Wars, I mean, it was a baby when New Hope was created. Star Wars was a baby. I mean, I don't think George really knew exactly what it was going to turn into. I mean, there were versions of Return of the Jedi where Luke Skywalker picks up Darth Vader's helmet and he says, "Now I am Vader," and he turns into Darth Vader. I mean, there were ideas where Boba Fett, of all people, was going to be a half brother of Vader. I mean, my point is that I don't think George Lucas, it really understood at the time, or had a full concept of what he was creating, and that's art, man. That's creativity. More often than not, you do not know exactly what the painting on the canvas is going to turn into. You just work on it, and then before you know it, dude, you got the Mona Lisa. And I think that's what happened. His ideas for the sequel trilogy, we're gonna dive into the grander scope of the Force, and he was gonna touch into the wills and things like that. And I'll explain on a future stream exactly what the wills are. But anyway, that's gonna be it for this. I'm about to log off. But for I'm gonna play this once a week. it's gonna be either on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. So just, you know, follow me on Twitch. It's just Count Izzy, same as my YouTube channel. And where I'm gonna be streaming more of this epic game. Like I said, I played this game when it first came out, and I was stoked about it. It was probably my favorite game. And then I played the Fallen Order, and dude, it for some reason I'm like, dude, I gotta play that game again, man. That Force Awakens, man. That Force Unleashed. I'm sorry. I gotta play that game. And dude, it still slaps. I mean, look at these graphics. The graphics are not bad. Graphics are not bad. I mean, the mechanics are pretty similar to that of Fallen Order. Pretty similar. Except, you know, you get cool, you know, Sith powers. And I think that this story is a little bit more interesting, to tell you the truth. It is. It's a little bit more interesting. I think so. But anyway, that's it, guys. Like I said, just subscribe for more content. I'm gonna be playing this. This is the second installment of this series where I'm playing this game again. So if you want to keep up with it, just subscribe. Let me know what you think. And yeah.